Are we live? Are we live? Hello. Hey, there y'all are. How are y'all doing on this beautiful, beautiful day? Day number 11 of Fabmas. Yes, we are almost halfway through this thing. If y'all are digging the Fabmas flow, let me know in the comment section, right? Because this is something that I've never done before. So it's something that my audience has never experienced before. So if you're finding the information that I am giving helpful, let me know down in the comment section. As I do every time I go live, I am going to bring on my Instagram peeps. So just stand by for just a couple seconds. All right. Hello. Not quiet. Are we live? Are we live? Are we live? I don't think so. Here we go. 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 Here we almost. Ah, we are getting it together. Here we go. All right, all right, all right, all right, all right. Hello, Instagram. How are y'all doing on this beautiful, beautiful day? How are y'all doing? Welcome, welcome, welcome to day 11 of Fabmas. We already got the Instagram crew here standing by. They are always so patient with me as I work through my technical difficulties that sometimes, well, more often than I would like, happen when I go live on Instagram. So, day 11 of Fabmas. How y'all feeling on this beautiful Friday? Hello, hello, JD Baby 23. Thanks for joining. And the 11th day of December, we are almost to Christmas, like crazy, right? Well, y'all know that I'm not going to take up too much of your time. I am going to be talking very specifically today about a strategy that I didn't really know was a strategy for practically my whole life until recently. But it is the strategy of saying no. If you're new here, my name is Nick Scott. I am a personal brand coach. I help women entrepreneurs establish, grow, and maintain their personal brands. And we are just going to jump right into it because, like I said, this is a strategy. It is a legitimate strategy. And when you use it intentionally and purposefully, it can really, really benefit you as a woman, as a person, as an entrepreneur, and your whole spirit. It can really, really benefit your personal brand, and it can really, really benefit your business. And that is the strategy of saying no, right? So I'm going to give y'all a little bit of background about me. You know, sometimes I like to get a little transparent. So I'm going to get a little transparent today and just give you a little bit more insight as to who Nick Scott is, who I am as a person, as a human, how I operate and navigate through my everyday life. So if you know me personally, you know that the answer and my reaction to a lot of questions is no. And I remember very specifically, probably about 5 years ago, I was doing a project with a bunch of other African American influencers. And we were recording for this project. We were on set, and during lunch, and we were having a conversation with one of the creative directors who brought us all together for this project. And we were just asking each other random questions. And one of the questions that came up was, what is your favorite word? And so, you know, they went around the room, and I can't really remember what everybody else said that their favorite word was. But I remember very clearly when they got to me, I said my favorite word was no. thinking about it now, it's kind of funny because it's like, whose favorite word is no? But I did. I said my favorite word is no. And when I said that, one of the other influencers that were on this project with me, she said, oh, wow, that is really powerful. Like, that's really, really cool that your favorite word is no and that you're so comfortable with saying no. And I didn't think anything of it. I'm like, well, isn't everybody comfortable with saying no? Like for me, and back then, and even to this day, saying no is really about controlling my boundaries and my space. And I guess it was just something that I grew up with and doing and didn't even realize it. But it wasn't until then that it was brought to my attention that it was something that was unique, that not everybody has this comfort with saying no or just setting boundaries around themselves, right? And so, I took that experience and I learned from it. I was like, oh, wow. Well, if this is something that is so unique that it impressed this person, because this person, if I told you who it was, she is a very, very, very well-known influencer, millions and millions and millions of YouTube subscribers and followers all over the internet. And if she felt like this was unique, maybe there is something to saying no instead of it always just because for me, like I said, it really is just my first reaction to things. And then I come back and I process, right? Like it's very seldom where I've gotten better at it in my old age. Don't judge me, okay? We all have our things. And this is just one of my things that I have worked on and that I am growing through as I become a better woman, a better mother, a better wife, a better business person, and a better entrepreneur. And that is, not always reacting and saying no right away, right? Actually reversing it, because I say no and then I go back and process. Well, how about I process and then I respond and react, right? Well, that's not typically how it has been. So saying no, I understand that it is not a comfortable thing for a lot of people to actually say no to things, to people, to opportunities. And it makes me wonder, why is it so hard, or what is it about saying no that makes us so uncomfortable? And the first thing that comes to mind for me, just outside of my business and my entrepreneurial life, when somebody says no to me, how does that make me feel? Right? Like if I'm asking someone for something and their response is no, how does that make me feel? And that's just not a question for me, but that's a question for you. When someone says no to you, how does that make you feel? It's an uncomfortable feeling, right? It's not a feeling that we seek out to go get every day. When we wake up in the morning, we're not saying to ourselves, oh my gosh, let me go see how many times somebody can say no to me. But as an entrepreneur and as someone who is growing your personal brand, we got to get used to hearing the word no and saying the word no. And I think because when someone says no to us, it doesn't make us feel good. We don't want to impart that same type of feeling on others, so we're less likely to say no when someone asks us to do something or asks us for something, even if we know that our plate is full. Even though we know that there is so much going on in our lives that we just couldn't take on one more thing. But because we know what it feels like when someone says no to us, we don't want somebody receiving that from us. So we want to protect the other person more than we want to protect ourselves, right? I mean, when you think about it, the word no, it is literally one syllable. No. 2 letters. But it is a complete sentence. It is a powerful sentence. And like I said, it's an entrepreneurial strategy all by itself. if we can grow comfortable in knowing that when we say no, we are actually protecting ourselves. We're protecting our brands. We're protecting our businesses. And it's not necessarily an attack against the person who we're saying no to. And understand that there are so many ways to say no without actually saying no. Right? So if it's the word no that you have a problem with, maybe it could be, well, we don't have the bandwidth for that right now. Something along those lines, something that's a little bit more, warm and fuzzy than the actual word no. No doesn't necessarily have to be a weapon, because it's not a weapon. It's actually a tool that you can use in your toolbox. If you're focused, and I mean really, 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 really focused, crystal clear about where you want to go with your brand and where you want to go with your business in every area. I'm talking about revenue. I'm talking about products that you offer. I'm talking about services that you're going to create. I'm talking about who you are going to target. You have to be really, really, really focused on those goals, because otherwise you're going to find yourself saying yes to everything. You're going to find yourself saying yes to everything. If you're focused on the goals and you're focused on the outcomes that you want to achieve, you're going to have to say no. You're going to have to learn how to say no. If you're not like me, right? And I understand that there's not a lot of people out there who are just very comfortable with, like no, and leaving it at that. Like, I don't explain myself. It's just no, or no, right? So you'll have to learn how to say no in a way that's comfortable for you, right? In a way that aligns with who you are and your personal brand. And you're going to have to learn how to say no, not just a little bit, but you're going to have to learn how to say no a lot, right? And I think that's the thing. I have a reputation amongst my personal friends and family group. They're like, well, her first response is usually going to be no, right? But in my business, I have no problem saying no. I've said no to opportunities, right? And as a new entrepreneur, every opportunity seems like it is the right opportunity for you. But I am here to tell you, after years and years and years, nearly 2 decades of being an entrepreneur, every opportunity is not your opportunity. And not only that, but every opportunity that presents itself to you doesn't mean that you have to take advantage of it at that moment. So you'll have to learn how to start saying no to opportunities. You're going to have to learn how to start saying no to clients, right? Because let's be clear, humans, we are selfish people by nature. So we always want to know what's in it for me. And we'll take as long as you giving. As long as you are giving, we are going to take, right? Until we train ourselves and unlearn those bad habits of being selfish, innately selfish people, we are just going to keep taking. And our clients, they're no different. They will continue to take unless you start to learn how to establish those boundaries and say no to the things that aren't in alignment with your goals. And those are your current clients. But also understand that every client is not your client, right? The whole thing about personal branding is we want to start to put ourselves out there and make some noise. We want to make a lot of noise so that we can attract the right people to our products, our services, and our businesses, and so that we can repel people who aren't a right fit for us. So there are going to be times when you have an opportunity to work with a client and you go through the discovery process and you go through the qualifying process and you realize, and something's in you is like, ooh, I don't know, this might not work out. It might not work out. Go with that gut feeling and say no. And say no. So you'll have to start learning how to say no to clients, you'll have to start learning how to say no, not right now, right? Like now might not be the time, but maybe later would be the time. So using a some type of litmus test to determine, does this align with my goals right now? Is this in alignment with where I'm heading right now? What is important right now? Right? Y'all know that I say it all the time. All we do is win. And win is actually an acronym. What's important now? So ask yourself, what's important now? What is this important now, or is this something that I can get into later? So you'll have to start saying no for now. And then, like for real, you're going to have to learn how to start saying hell no to limiting beliefs. Yeah, hell no to limiting beliefs, because those limiting beliefs will keep you stagnant. They will keep you stuck. They will have you believing things about yourself and about the trajectory of your brand and your business that are not true. I used the word unlearn earlier. You are going to have to unlearn so much stuff that has been taught to you from the time that you were born about who you are that is untrue. So you'll have to learn how to shut those limiting beliefs straight down as soon as they start to creep up. And I always say no out loud. Like if you start to feel, say no, nope, I don't think so. Out loud, because there's power in words, right? And believe it or not, here's the thing about saying no. Believe it or not, the more that you say no, the more time that you will have. Now, this is the strategic part. I'm gonna say it again. And y'all might want to write this down. The more you say no, the more time that you will have to invest in the things that will truly move you forward. Now, this is something that I didn't understand back when I said my favorite word was no, right? Like I didn't make the connection of no being an actual strategy. It was just something that I did. It was just something that's second nature for me. But as I've gotten older and as I've grown and as I've gotten wiser, I understand that no is a strategy. Because when I say no to the things that don't align with where I'm headed and where I'm growing into, that means I have more time to invest in the things that will truly move me forward. I have more time to spend thinking about and engaging in those things that are truly going to evolve my brand and grow my business, y'all. That is the strategy of saying no. When you say no, you have more time to invest in the things that will truly move you forward. You have time to invest in things that will truly evolve your personal brand. And you have the time to invest in the things that will truly grow your business, right? So you have to just get crystal clear on where it is that you want to be. If you want to leverage no as a strategy, we have to stop operating out of emotions, right? We have to stop protecting the people receiving our no and start to protect ourselves. Get crystal clear on where you want to be. And anything that doesn't align with where you want to be, learn how to just say no. Like I said, it's one syllable, 2 letters, and it is a complete and powerful sentence all by itself. But in case you're a little uncomfortable using it as a complete and powerful sentence, there are so many ways for you to say no without actually saying and using the words no. So I encourage you, as you start to move forward on this journey, to think about ways that you can start to leverage the growth strategy of no. Because remember, when you say no, This is the strategic part. When you say no, you will have more time to invest in the things that will move you forward, to invest in the things that will evolve your personal brand, and to invest in the things that are actually going to grow your business. So my name is Nick Scott. I am a personal brand coach, and this has been day 11 of Fabmas. Thanks so much for joining me, and I will see y'all in the next one. All right, bye.